The Brooklyn Bridge, connecting the cities of Manhattan and Brooklyn, stands as a true marvel in the history of construction. In the late 19th century, when engineering technology was still limited, the idea of building a bridge across the East River seemed impossible to most. However, in 1883, a visionary engineer named John Roebling proposed this daring project, driven by passion and innovation. From the very beginning, his idea was met with strong opposition and skepticism from experts in the field. Many engineers believed the plan was too bold, some even called it insane, and advised him to abandon it. But Roebling was not discouraged by their doubts. He believed deeply in the feasibility of his dream. When no professionals agreed to join him, he turned to his son, Washington Roebling, a young and talented engineer, and persuaded him to help bring the vision to life. Together, father and son began designing and planning the bridge's construction, determined to overcome any technical barriers. Fortunately, they managed to gain the trust of several banks, who agreed to finance the project. With funding secured, they hired workers and officially launched construction of what they called their dream bridge. The project began with great promise, symbolizing the human spirit's desire to conquer challenges and push the limits of what was thought to be possible in architecture and engineering. What started as an impossible idea slowly took shape through determination, innovation, and unwavering belief. The early phase of the Brooklyn Bridge's story is not just about engineering, it's a testament to the power of vision, resilience, and the courage to pursue the extraordinary in the face of widespread doubt. As the Brooklyn Bridge project was entering its early, hopeful phase, a tragic event occurred that nearly brought everything to a halt. During a construction site accident, John Roebling, the brilliant engineer who conceived and initiated the entire project, lost his life. The tragedy did not end there. His son, Washington Roebling, who had worked closely with his father in designing and planning the bridge, also suffered a severe injury. The trauma to his head and nervous system left him almost completely paralyzed. He could no longer walk, speak, or communicate in a normal way. The loss of John and the incapacitation of Washington led many to believe that the bridge project would inevitably be abandoned. After all, the Roeblings were not just the leaders of the construction, they were the only individuals with complete knowledge of the intricate designs, technical plans, and innovative methods needed to build the bridge. Without them, the entire endeavor seemed doomed. But something extraordinary happened. Despite his paralysis, Washington Roebling retained his sharp mind and unshakable determination. Confined to his hospital bed, he refused to surrender to his condition. Driven by sheer willpower, he devised a unique way to communicate. Using the only part of his body he could still control, a single finger, he created a system of coded taps. He used this method to convey instructions to his wife, Emily Roebling, tapping letters and words onto her hand. Emily became not only his caregiver but also his vital connection to the outside world and the bridge construction site. With incredible patience and love, she learned to interpret every signal from her husband. She served as his voice, delivering his technical instructions to the engineers and workers on site. Over time, she went beyond her role as a messenger. She studied engineering principles, legal matters, and project management so she could assist the team more effectively. Thanks to this tragic accident at the construction site that claimed the life of John Roebling, his son Washington Roebling suffered a severe head and spinal injury that left him paralyzed and unable to speak. Everyone believed that the project would be canceled, as only the Roeblings truly understood the complex design and construction plans. However, against all odds, Washington refused to give up. Though physically confined to a hospital bed, his mind remained sharp and determined. He came up with a remarkable method of communication. With only one finger still capable of movement, Washington devised a system of tapping patterns to communicate with his wife. Each tap represented a letter, a word, or a technical instruction. His devoted wife, Emily Roebling, played a vital role from that moment onward. She learned the tapping code, interpreted Washington's instructions, and became the key messenger between him and the construction team. Emily did not merely deliver messages, she studied engineering concepts, managed correspondence, and oversaw on-site decisions, becoming a vital figure in the bridge's continued construction. The couple's collaboration was a powerful testament